Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas, and today I'm going to discuss what is a congressional inquiry. And long story short, a congressional inquiry is a tool that you can use if you find out that your case is stuck with USCIS. At the end of the video, I'm going to share a testimonial from one of my recent clients that used a congressional inquiry in order to get his case unstuck from immigration. Before I share this client's testimonial, I want to give a quick summary of the facts of his case. So in 2016, his mother, who was a lawful permanent resident or green card holder, filed an I-130 immigrant petition for him and his brother, who were living in Vietnam. After they filed the case, the two brothers happened to come into the United States on F-1 student visas to pursue an education. While they were here, just 2 years later, the government announced that visa numbers were available, which means that those brothers were now qualified to obtain green cards. So instead of going back to Vietnam like they originally planned, they came to our office to see if there were any other solutions. I looked up the visa numbers and I informed them, yes, the visa numbers are current, and yes, since they were maintaining their F1 student status, they were able to apply for the green card. After they applied in 2018, it took the government 5 years to approve their green card. So one of the brothers did not receive his green card until this year. And I want to explain how he was able to use a congressional inquiry, the tool, in order to get immigration to approve his case. So if you look at the US Visa Bulletin, you're going to notice two charts under the family preference category. One chart indicates that if you were abroad, when you can apply for a visa. And then the other chart indicates if you were in the US and you maintain lawful status, when you can apply. So the problem here is that even though you apply because you can apply early if you are in the US, it doesn't necessarily mean that the visa number is available. The government is just saying that if you're in the US, we'll let you apply early. This way you can get some of the perks such as travel authorization to travel abroad or temporary employment authorization while you're waiting for a decision on your case. When we filed the applications, the two brothers received normal benefits when you filed a green card application. They were able to obtain temporary work permits. They were also able to obtain advanced parole, which would have allowed them to travel internationally and come back to the US without a visa. However, once they attended their immigration interviews here in Houston at a local field office, they were told that visa numbers regressed and there were no visas available for them. One of the brothers received a letter stating that he needs to go back to Vietnam in order to obtain a visa to come back to the US. When he received that letter, we told him, don't go back to Vietnam. Let us see if we can fix this case by contacting immigration. A lot of back and forth later, they were able to give him his green card. So after the younger brother received his green card, the older brother was scheduled for his immigration interview at the local Houston field office in 2021. After he attended, he was also told, just like the younger brother, that there were no visa numbers available because the visas regressed and there were not enough visas available for everyone in his classification, which is a child of a green card holder parent. So after the interview took place, he also received a letter instructing him to go back to Vietnam and to wait for a visa. Instead of doing that, we informed that we're going to contact immigration on his behalf to see what can be done to salvage the situation. So this went on for a total of 2 years. During that time, we advised the older brother to contact his local congressperson, let them know exactly what happened, and we'll help him do that. And this way, the local congressperson can reach out to immigration to see what can be done. Long story short, in February of this year, February 2023, USCIS issued a new memorandum to explain that if people were in his situation that applied when a visa was available and later the visas regressed and no more visas were available, what they can do about it. And in this policy memorandum, which I'm sharing on the screen, it states that if you find yourself in a situation and your case was already denied or still pending, like this case, then what you can do is you can file an appeal, an I-290B appeal, and you can pay a filing fee and the government will relook at the case. So once this policy memorandum came out, we contacted the client and informed him that this is what the government wants you to do. They want you to file this appeal. However, the client said that he was going to just wait a couple of months because he spoke with his congressperson and they feel like his case can be investigated and worked through. So luckily, they did help him and he managed to get a green card without having to file the I-290B appeal. So what this video I'm trying to say is that just because immigration issues a policy memorandum and they tell you this is what you have to do in order to get your case unstuck or processed through immigration, sometimes just contacting your member of Congress can really make a big difference. And in this case, it saved him from having to file an I-290B petition, paying the filing fees, waiting around, and saves him a lot of time. So as you can see, a congressional inquiry is a very powerful tool that you can use if immigration is just holding on to your case, not making a decision on your case, and you know that it's outside of the processing times. Again, thank you for watching Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
Yes, so my name is Nguyen. Oh no, I was not paid to do this and I volunteered to do this. Yes, so back in 2016, I used another firm to file my I-130 and they was not very organized and I feel like once they had my money, they don't really care about my case. So I decided once my I-130 is approved, I'll look for another attorney to file I-485. So I was looking up on Google and I was looking for a lawyer with a really good review, and unfortunately I stumbled on yours profile in Google, and yeah, that's how I found attorney David. So I just want to pay forward and help other people who might have similar problem just like me and my brother had. Yes, so my mother is a green card holder and she filed I-130 to sponsor us, and once our visa bulletin become current, we look for the attorney David Nguyen to help us with filing our green card application. Yeah, so my brother had issues with his case. So after an interview, green card interview with the USCIS, they sent his case over to the NVC and asked him to apply for a visa. Attorney David Nguyen asked us not to do that, and after back and forth between the attorney and the USCIS, they finally sent my brother his green card. Yes, so back in 2018, when I applied for the application, I was under 21, but when they processed my case, I was over 21, and that's when the issues happened. I think they basically changed my category to over 21 and make me wait until the visa bulletin available for that category. And also, while my case was ongoing, there's some change in the policy which they asked me, to file I-290B, a motion of appeal, so that they can process my case. I did not file the I-29 appeal, even though Attorney David Nguyen showed me the law that I have to file the motion to appeal in order for USCIS to process my case. I decided the reason I chose not to because I decided to wait until my congressional inquiry to process. So a congressional inquiry is basically a request you submitted to your congressperson who represent your district, and then they will, on your behalf, submit that request to the USCIS. Actually, it was really easy. Every congressperson have a website, and when you go to your congressional person website, they will show you how to submit a request, and it's very straightforward from there. Yes, as of today, I have received my green card. Oh yes, I felt really relieved because it took 5 years for me to get a green card. Yes, so even though the government, when they post the law, sometimes they don't even follow it. And there's one time they asked me to go back to my country to do the interview. I just want to say, just keep fighting. So I don't have anything on my mind right now, but the first thing I want to do is just go back to my country because it's been at least 10 years I haven't been back to it. My immigration journey has been tough, but if you able to find a good attorney, just such as attorney David Nguyen, he'll be able to help you, go through your process smoothly.
At David Nguyen's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David Nguyen.